All right, so are you ready to take a deep dive into Immutable X?
Always ready for a deep dive, especially when it comes to something like Immutable X really shaking things up in the NFT space.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we're here today. You know, we've got this whole stack of articles, and they all seem to be asking the same question.
Oh, yeah.
Can Immutable X really solve all those NFT headaches that we've been seeing on Ethereum?
That's a big question for sure. And
It is a big question.
you know, in the crypto world, there's always a lot of hype. But
Oh, yeah.
it looks like Immutable X is at least trying to tackle some real problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when NFTs first kind of exploded?
Oh, yeah. Those were the days.
Trying to buy or sell anything was like,
Well,
it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was like being stuck in the world's worst traffic jam.
and don't even get me started on those gas fees.
Got those gas fees.
It felt like highway robbery.
It was like you just wanted to, dip your toes in the water, and they were charging you an arm and a leg just to get in.
Exactly. And it's interesting that, because there was so much excitement, but the technology just couldn't keep up.
Right.
Ethereum, as amazing as it is, it just wasn't ready for that NFT explosion. And
It was like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It just,
exactly. And that's where these layer 2 solutions like Immutable X come in. It's
Right.
like they built these special express lanes just for NFTs on top of Ethereum.
it's like an express lane for NFTs to kind of speed things up and make things cheaper.
Yeah, make things smoother, cheaper, and more efficient.
Okay, I got it. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at this article here, and it mentions something called ZK Stark technology.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, it sounds a little bit intimidating.
I know it sounds scary, but it's actually pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So ZK Stark stands for Zero Knowledge, Succinct Non-Interactive Argument of Knowledge.
Like I've already lost.
Okay, so basically it's this cryptographic proof that lets Immutable X bundle thousands of transactions together off-chain.
Okay.
And that means they can verify them super quickly and cheaply on Ethereum without giving away any of your private information.
So it's like this super efficient, privacy-focused way of handling these transactions instead of doing each one individually on Ethereum.
Exactly.
They just kind of bundle them all up, verify them in the background, and then settle them all at once.
That's exactly it.
That's pretty cool. And that's how they can get those crazy speeds, like
Yeah.
9,000 transactions per second.
That's right.
That just seems impossible compared to what we're used to on Ethereum.
It's a huge difference, and it makes a big impact for users.
Like how so? How does that actually affect people in the real world?
Well, for one thing, you get near instant transactions.
Okay.
So imagine you buy an NFT, and instead of waiting forever for it to show up in your wallet, it appears in seconds.
Okay, that's definitely an improvement, I'm not going to lie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so faster transactions, but are there any specific types of NFT applications that really benefit from this speed?
Absolutely. So think about like a really fast-paced online game where players need to buy, sell, trade NFTs constantly while they're playing. With Immutable X, those transactions can happen like that without slowing the game down.
That's awesome.
It really opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah, it's like a whole new level of interactivity and dynamic
Yeah.
gameplay. And if you want to explore more about NFTs and gaming, make sure you check out our YouTube channel, CoinTalk Podcast.
Yeah, we've got tons of videos breaking it all down.
Tons of deep dives, discussions on all things crypto and NFTs. So
Definitely check it out.
now to really understand Immutable X, I think we need to talk about their native token, IMX.
Oh, yeah, that's the heart of the ecosystem.
Okay, so let's unpack IMX. What exactly does it do?
So think of IMX as the fuel that makes Immutable X run.
Okay.
It's what you use to pay transaction fees to secure the network through staking, and you can even use it to vote on the future of the platform.
Wait, you can vote?
Yeah.
So by holding these IMX tokens, I actually have a say in how Immutable X develops.
Exactly. You can vote on proposals that change things like how tokens are distributed, what gets developed first, and even who they partner with.
That's pretty cool.
It's a real community-driven platform.
It's like having a share in the future of Immutable X. And I know this article mentioned that IMX launched back in 2021.
Yeah.
And kind of went on a bit of a roller coaster ride.
Oh, yeah.
Hit an all-time high of $9.50, then settled back down. And as of February 2025, it's sitting around 79 cents. So what's the story there?
Well, crypto is a volatile market,
Oh, yeah.
especially back then. And, it can be affected by all sorts of things, regulatory news, economic trends, you name it.
So is there any way to predict where IMX might go in the future?
Honestly, predicting the future of any crypto is tough.
Oh, for sure.
But there are some things we can look at.
Oh.
One is just how much Immutable X gets adopted.
Okay.
The more people that use it, the more developers, the higher the demand for IMX is likely to be.
Yeah. Right, so if more people are using Immutable X for trading for gaming, they're going to need IMX to participate.
Exactly. Adoption is key.
Okay, so adoption, what else?
The other big one is the overall health of the crypto market.
Okay.
If the whole market goes up, IMX is probably going to go up too.
Okay.
But if things take a downturn,
It's all connected.
exactly.
It's all connected. It's all about that bigger picture, right?
It is. And that brings us to one of the most exciting things about Immutable X, the impact it's having on gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Remember all that frustration we used to have with in-game items, like you couldn't trade them or you get hit with these crazy fees?
It was the worst.
Immutable X is changing that.
Yeah, it's like they're not just creating a marketplace for existing NFTs, but also building this whole platform for new games and applications built around NFTs.
Exactly. And game developers are loving it because it gives them this easy way to create unique in-game assets that players can actually own.
And trade freely.
Exactly. It's about giving power back to the players.
Yeah, I like that. But haven't we seen other platforms try to do this before and fail? What makes Immutable X different?
You're right, it's been tried before, but what sets Immutable X apart is how user-friendly it is. Remember those gas fees we talked about?
Ugh, don't remind me.
Well, Immutable X gets rid of those for minting and trading NFTs.
Seriously, no gas fees.
None.
That sounds too good to be true.
I know, right? But it's real, and there are already games out there proving it works.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so there's Gods Unchained. It's a popular trading card game, and
Compared to that one.
yeah, well, they've had massive success with their NFT-based cards. Players can own them, trade them, no gas fees. It's amazing.
Wow. So it's like Immutable X is making NFTs accessible to everyone, not just the crypto whales.
That's the goal.
And it's not just about the fees, it's also about the speed.
Yeah. Immutable X uses Validium for instant trading.
Validium.
Yeah, it's a scaling solution that allows for near-instant transactions, which is super important for fast-paced games.
So no more waiting around for transactions to go through.
Oop, it's all instant.
It really seems like they're solving all those problems that have held NFTs back in the past.
And that's why people are so excited about Immutable X.
Yeah.
It could completely change the way we think about gaming and give players more control, more ownership.
And I read in this article that it could even make NFTs accessible to people who are brand new to crypto.
Yeah, right now NFTs can feel a bit exclusive, all the jargon and complicated steps.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Immutable X simplifies everything, makes it easy for anyone to create, buy, sell, trade NFTs.
It's like they're democratizing access to NFTs.
Exactly.
I like that. So we've covered a lot here, the tech, the impact on gaming, but let's be real, Immutable X is still pretty new.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure how it's going to scale, how it's going to adapt as the NFT market changes.
That's true. The NFT space moves fast, new trends, new tech all the time.
So what are some of the challenges Immutable X might face as it grows? Are there any competitors we should be worried about?
Well, competition is definitely fierce in the world of Layer 2 solutions. There are other platforms out there like Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism, all trying to get a piece of the NFT action.
So it's a battle royale.
Pretty much. And each platform has its own advantages and disadvantages. So Immutable X needs to keep innovating to stay ahead.
So it's like a constant race to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, Immutable X has been pretty smart about partnering with some big names in gaming,
Oh, yeah.
which could give them a real advantage. But as with anything new, there are always unexpected challenges that could pop up.
Like what could throw a wrench in the works for Immutable X?
Well, one thing that always looms over crypto is regulation.
Oh, yeah.
Governments are still figuring out how to deal with cryptocurrencies and NFTs, and any new rules could have a huge impact.
Right. Regulation is the wild card. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. But even beyond regulation, there are technological challenges that they might face.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, scalability, for one. As more users join, as more applications are built on Immutable X, they need to make sure their tech can handle it.
Right. It can't get bogged down and slow everything down.
Exactly. They need to keep things fast and secure no matter how much they grow.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah, they need to grow quickly to stay ahead of the competition, but they also need to make sure their tech can keep up.
It's a tough balance.
It is, but, you know, their choice of ZK Stark technology could really help them here.
Okay.
Because ZK Starks are known for their scalability, so they're in a good position to handle lots of transactions.
So they've got that going for them, but it's still something they need to watch carefully.
For sure.
Sounds like there's a lot going on, and it's still early days for Immutable X.
Yeah, it is.
But even with the potential challenges, it's hard not to get excited about what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. They're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with NFTs.
And I think that's what makes this whole space so fascinating. So if you're interested in keeping up with all the latest in NFTs and crypto, make sure you subscribe to CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube. We're always putting out new videos, and we love to hear from you guys in the comments. So
Definitely join the conversation.
all right, as we wrap up this deep dive into Immutable X, what's the one big question you want our viewers to think about?
Good question. I think the most important thing is to look beyond the hype, beyond all the speculation, and ask yourself, what are the real-world applications of NFTs that you're excited about?
Okay.
Is it gaming? Is it art? Something else entirely? Because focusing on the real value that NFTs can bring, that's the key to understanding their true potential.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in all the hype. But at the end of the day, NFTs need to solve real problems, create real value for people.
Exactly, and that's what makes Immutable X so interesting to me. It's not just about making money, it's about building a better digital future for everyone.
And for anyone who's just starting out with NFTs, Immutable X is a great place to begin. Easy to use, low fees, they're really innovating in this space. So
Definitely check it out.
all right, so to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those crypto conversations going. And if you're as fascinated by NFTs as we are, head over to CoinTalk Podcast on YouTube for more deep dives, more analysis, and a whole lot of fun. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, happy exploring.